is your soulmate from these books. Mine is Emily from The
Okay.
Do-Over.
She was so hard for me to write because she's type A.
Oh,
And I'm a complete mess. Like, I don't ever have anything together.
just the
So
opposite.
it's like, I was like somebody
Ugh.
who makes lists all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, sometimes I make a list, but I lose it before I do anything on the list.
Oh
So-
my God.
So that was a bit of a struggle for me.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Off Book with Simon Teen. We are here with a super special guest. We have Lynn Painter,
Hello.
author of Better Than the Movies, Nothing Like the Movies, The Do-Over, Betting on You, all your favorite rom-coms, basically. And I am Amy from Simon Teen. And Selena, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Selena from Simon Teen.
And Lynn, do you want to kick us off just by telling us like a little bit about your publishing journey? How did you get started with books?
I feel like I was really clueless. Like, a lot of times I'll hear authors be like, my mom still has my first book from when I was like 9. And I'm like, you are so on top of things. Like, it wasn't until after I was like married with kids that my sister came over one day and she was like, I just saw an author on a talk show. And as much as you read, you should try writing a book. And it's so like inane, like, oh, you like pills, you should be a doctor. Like, it doesn't make any sense that I would be like, but I started writing and I wrote lots of really terrible, not good things. But I found my favorite hobby, like the thing I wanted to do all the time. So then I went back to the University of Nebraska and studied the writer's workshop.
Oh.
And then I wrote for a lot of years and was rejected for a lot of years. Nobody loved me. And then no, but it's all good.
It's part of the process.
Yes, it
yeah.
absolutely is. I wouldn't have chosen for it to take so long, but it worked out how it was absolutely supposed to,
Yeah.
because all of a sudden everything, I feel like every day I'm like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Like, everything is magical right now. So when I got an agent, the first book that got me an agent went out on submission and it didn't sell. But then the next book was Better Than the Movies.
Oh, yeah.
And so now I get to come here and hang out with you guys.
And now we're here.
And now everyone loves you.
Now, yes, everyone loves you, Wes and Liz.
Oh.
So really, we have your sister to thank.
Yeah, wow. And it's my older sister, so I was always very like Marsha Brady. Like, she was the good sister. Like, she's the one that she's so nice, and
Oh
she
my
was
gosh.
the homecoming queen, and everybody loves Mary Lee.
Oh,
Shout out Mary Lee, whatever. And but thank you, Mary Lee.
wonderful. Awesome. Okay, so now that we have a little background, let's get into our discussion. But first, before we jump into the question, I'll do a little explainer on the Lynn Painter universe of books for anyone who is brand new and has not read anything yet. So first, we start off with Better Than the Movies, which is the intro of Wes and Liz, a fan favorite, iconic couple. And then we have a few pieces of extra content that you can read after that on the Simon Teen website, which are the short stories. And those are Better Than the Prom and Nothing Better Than You. So those take place during Better Than the Movies. And then after that, you should read Betting on You, which Charlie, the main, or one of the leads in that book, is Wes's cousin.
Yes.
And then there's another short story on the site as well that has Wes and Liz and Charlie and Bailey as love interest. So worlds collide. Yes. And then after that, you should read Nothing Like the Movies. And then The Do-Over is another adorable, super, super cute rom-com that takes place on Valentine's Day. Time loop romance. And that one you can kind of read. Do you feel that you can read that anywhere? Or do you have a recommendation for when?
I don't really feel like it fits into any.
Yep.
It's just read it whenever you feel like it.
Okay.
Read
So,
it
yeah.
on Valentine's Day.
On
It's
Valentine's
a good Valentine's Day read.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect for that. And then you also have, I believe, a couple of pieces of content on your website too that are also bonus scenes. So
Yeah, just I can't stop myself from getting into Wes's head. Like, I just was like, you know what? I should rewrite this scene from Wes's point of view. And I should write a scene of them going away to college. And then my husband one day is like, are you just kind of writing like fan fiction on your own stuff? And I was like, oh my God, I kind of am.
A dream.
but it's amazing. So please never stop doing that. So yeah, that's how you should kind of get into the universe. So definitely start with Better Than the Movies if you haven't read anything yet, and then the rest after that. So now that we have our bases covered there, we're going to do a discussion question usually we call these kind of a debate, but I feel like there's really no wrong answer for this question. So who is your soulmate from these books? And I'll say, Selena, do you want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first. So maybe my answer is a little basic, but that's completely fine. My soulmate is Liz from Better Than the Movies, Nothing Like the Movies, and the rest. Liz is she is her own person. She's just like, she doesn't care what people think about her. And I love that. That's like something I strive for very much so. Yeah. And I mean, she's also a movie buff. So like, I'm not a movie buff, but I love watching movies. So I feel like
she'll be able to give you all the knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be really fun time watching movies together.
She would love your skirt, honestly.
I was channeling.
Really
you got the
channel
curls, you got the little skirt. Yeah, there's a lot of buck
today.
spot going on right
Yeah,
here.
A lot of Liz.
For sure.
And yeah, love Liz.
She's just the best.
She's the best.
Can see why Wes loves her. Okay, so I'll do mine. Mine is Emily from The Do-Over. I was agonizing over this because there's really no wrong answer. But I just think that she is someone that I would love to hang out with and someone I kind of aspire to be like. She's like a recovering people pleaser by the end of The Do-Over, and she is just her own person, doing her own thing, and really has learned how to let other people know how she feels. And I just think she'd be so fun to hang out with. So yeah, I think mine.
I mean, she managed to live through a time loop.
I know, exactly. Like
if you can do that, and
that
like
is
impressive.
Yeah, with her, that's a very, very good point.
She was so hard for me to write because she's type A.
Oh.
And I'm a complete mess. Like, I don't ever have anything together.
Just the opposite.
So it's like, I was like somebody who makes lists all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, sometimes I make a list, but I lose it before I do anything on the list.
Oh my God.
So that was a bit of a struggle for me.
Oh yeah, no, I hard relate to the lists. I love a list. I was like, Emily is my girl. Oh. So Lynn, who would you say so I know it's so hard. Like, choose one of your babies.
I would probably say Wes. I mean, I feel like he's a little, I don't know if I'd say inspired by my husband, because I'm like, that's kind of lame to be like, yes, look at this.
No. Oh my God.
The perfect book
but
boyfriend
he's
is
very
my
much,
husband.
yeah, he's very much the same kind of guy as far as like, he's a good guy, but his like love language is sarcasm and messing with you. And I met him at work, and he was absolutely like totally Wes. Like the first few times I worked with him, I was like, he's the most fun to work with ever. And also he might hate me because he's always like messing with my hair and stuff, you know? So I completely relate to Wes. I feel like I need to close the yearbook soon because I'm always like, maybe I need to write one more thing from Wes's point of view.
Just
and it's
one
like,
more.
Let him go, Lynn.
Oh. That's adorable. I love that. Sometimes it's true. The best inspiration comes from real life, and he's just the best. Love it. Okay, so now that we've done our discussion, we'll move into the main event.
Okay.
Which we asked fans on Instagram to submit their questions for you, and they delivered. We got, I don't even know how many. I should have counted how many questions, but I think it had to be like 100 questions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, submitted in the last, it was just up for 24 hours. So we got a ton of questions.
That's amazing.
A lot of just, Lynn, you're the best. I love you so much. You're just so, I love Wes and Liz.
Oh my gosh.
That's delightful.
That is delightful.
But we did get a lot of really good questions too. So let's jump into it. Okay. So this one's kind of hard. So who is your favorite of your book couples? Yeah, I'll let you answer.
I
but
feel
that's
like
so tough.
I don't want to be boring and say Wes and Liz when the book comes out today. Like, it's promo, Wes and Liz, of course. Get them now. But I do. They're kind of my firstborn, you know, and because of all of the bonus content that I've written, I feel like I've been writing them since 2019. Like I'm always writing something for them.
You know them so well.
I feel like they're my favorite. But I also really love Charlie and Bailey.
Oh, they're so fun.
So yeah, I wouldn't want it. Kind of like your favorite child thing. I wouldn't want to have to choose.
Can't choose, but excellent answer.
Secretly Wes and Liz.
I know. Secret. It's Wes and Liz. Which scene from your books was the most difficult to write? If there's one that stands out.
I mean, I suppose it depends what difficult means. But like in Nothing Like the Movies, Wes kind of goes through a lot. And there's a scene where he like, Liz wakes him up and he's having a nightmare. And I'm somebody who, I just like happy books. Like if you tell me like, you need to read this book. It's really good. It made me sob. I'm like, I'm not reading that.
Yeah, no,
book.
thank
Like,
you.
I don't
No,
want
thank
to be
you.
sad. So it's like
Ugh.
a scene that I wrote where I was crying when I wrote it. I was like,
oh my God.
what is happening? I don't like this. So that was kind of hard for me to write, I
Ugh,
think,
don't want
to
them
make
to have
him
to
suffer.
Yeah, feel all those feelings.
Yeah.
Ugh. And in the same vein, do you have one that was your favorite?
Oh, that one is hard because I just have too much fun
Yeah.
writing. I think I liked the first scene where they see each other for the first time after, a year and a half, 2
Yeah.
years, when they're just like, oh my God, he's in my living room. Like that
Yeah.
was really kind of fun to write.
Yeah, it was so fun to read.
It was
the
so- yeah.
anticipation too of
I
leading up
know.
to it.
Right?
It's
Where you're like, are they going to see each other now? Oh, not quite yet. So
Yeah,
that was
it's so
super
good.
fun.
I know. And that you get it from both POVs too, so you're just like
That's my favorite.
Ugh.
Like I know that as a writer, I should probably like first person single POV better because you get into all the nuances of like a look,
mm,
But I am just like, throw it in my face.
yes.
Like I just want to jump into his brain and just scream at me what he's thinking.
Yes. It's true.
So-
I don't want to have to make it up. I want to know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I had a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fun. Okay. Someone asked, why did Wes and Liz go to UCLA?
It started out, I think it's funny. It's one of those things like a fictional character took on a life of her own. Like when I started writing Better Than the Movies, Liz was into music, like
Yep.
making playlists.
Mhm.
And then when I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, what does she want to do with her future? And I looked into like becoming a music supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of a career where it's like New York or LA is pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Mm.
And then I looked into UCLA and they have this amazing program for music supervisors and all sorts of music programs. So I'm like, oh, cool. And I never planned on writing a sequel. So it was easy to just drop it in and be like,
Yeah.
she's
we'll
going to go to UCLA.
Yeah.
And UCLA has a great baseball program. So I'm like, it's easy to
So
throw
it.
Wes in. Like,
Mhm.
he has a really great picture. So of course he can go there,
Of course.
And then, of course, you do all this stuff. And then when you decide to write a sequel, you're like,
Shoot.
oh,
Now I have to learn
crap.
about
I have to-
UCLA.
Exactly,
I have to actually,
exactly.
Study the campus
Right?
and like figure out
usually
where
I
they
write stuff in Nebraska where I live.
Yeah.
And it's as easy as, I know everywhere,
Mhm.
so
Yep.
it was challenging.
Oh, love it. Okay. I don't know. This one could be a tricky one. Do all of your couples end up together after their books? Like, are they? I don't know.
Is
Do
it
they?
happily ever after?
Yes.
Forever?
I mean, in YA, I never want to like have a hard answer because
It's true.
because it, if the book ends in high school,
Yeah. People change.
Yeah.
right. But
yeah.
in my brain, of course they
Yeah.
do. It's just like when you watch 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
Do those two characters end up married with 4 children?
Don't know.
I don't know. Probably not. But I just want them to stay happy in my
Yes.
brain. So that's kind of what I think of in the books. that
Yeah.
They're happy together forever.
That's a good
I
way
mean,
to think of it.
Then again, we thought Wes and Liz were happy after Better Than the Movies.
But we
I
saw
still can't believe the first time somebody put up like one of those trope graphics and it said second chance romance. I was like,
wait, what?
I hate second chance romance. And I'm like, oh my God, did I write a second chance romance? Like I hate those.
Why did I do this? But it's true. Sometimes people, especially with like you said, people who end up together in high school, like you need to grow apart to come back together. And you know what? If they're meant to be together, it works out.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, very true. Oh, do you have a favorite side character? I don't know if side character, second, I don't know. Yeah.
I
character.
do now. Like Clark kind of took on a life of his own. And he's my
Yes.
favorite now just because he's so silly and
So goofy.
oversized and
Great. Oh, big
He's-
giant.
yes, it's
So
a
fun.
giant squish ball. Like
Ugh.
I love Clark.
He was really fun too. I also loved reading more about Sarah in
Oh,
Nothing Like the Movies.
And you know what's so
Mhm.
funny is Sarah took on a life. Like when I started writing the sequel, I literally like went back to Better in the Movies and I was like, wait, Wes had a sister, right? But I think I literally, she's mentioned one time in the book.
Yeah,
Like,
she's not a
literally
big.
In one scene, his mom just says like, don't forget you have to pick up your sister later. It's the
Mm.
only reference. I don't even think she had a name in Better in the Movies.
Oh my gosh.
So then when I was writing the sequel, I realized that I completely, like, my first draft when I finished it, I was like, oh my God, Wes had a dog. What the hell happened to Otis? And then I was like, I need to kill off Otis, or I need to figure, I didn't kill Otis.
Oh.
But I was like, I need to weave, find a way to put Otis back
Yeah.
in the story. And I kind of did the same with Sarah. And then I started writing her, and just Wes and Sarah went through some stuff together, like
Mm.
off the page.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of intended on making them close.
Mhm.
And if she's Wes's sister, of course she's sarcastic. And then she just kind of took on a life of her own. And then there are some like bookstagrammers.
I've seen someone like makes edits
yes
for Sarah, and I was like,
yes,
whoa.
she makes the best, and I'm like, is she in my brain? Because it's like she is exactly like she'll do these like she'll take old like shows from like the early 2000s, like One Tree Hill.
Oh my god.
And she'll put all these like these are Sarah Bennett coded, and it's so perfect. I'm like, are you in my brain?
How did you
like
know?
it's so perfect. And so yeah, she's become a favorite of mine accidentally. Like I kind of forgot she existed when I started the sequel.
She's so great. I love it. Okay, so let's get into there's something coming in the future. I don't know how much we can say.
Is
probably not that much. But you are currently working on something hockey related, perhaps.
Yes.
So there are a lot of questions about that. Can you tell us anything? Like, there were a couple questions. What are their names in this new book?
It's so funny when I get questions about this because I've turned in a first draft. So it's like, really,
where is it?
Really, my editor could be like, no, these are terrible names. Like, if I answer this now,
it's true.
It could be completely
we
changed
could always
before.
beep it out.
Right. Later, you're like, she did not.
Just kidding.
Of right now, their names are Danny.
Footage was lost.
Danny and Alec.
I like those names. All right.
D-A-N-I.
Yes,
Danny
D-A-N-I.
and Alec.
And
That's
Alec.
cute.
And I don't know what I'm allowed to say about it. And I don't have, like, it's too soon. Like, I don't have a good pitch.
Mhm.
Like, somebody asked me and I just ramble on and on. It's like childhood friends. And then they don't see each other for years. And then she has to move to that town.
Oh my god.
And he's
You're
a
speaking my
hockey.
language.
He used to be like her squishy little best friend in the summer who was like smaller than her.
Oh my god, like
God.
13 going on 30?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And
I'm
now
excited.
he's,
Just
full grown.
playing
Float up.
hockey.
Yes.
Float up. Oh,
Living his life. Okay.
I'm excited for this.
I feel like that's some good intel.
Oh yeah.
That's some good intel.
Good.
The people are going to be excited. Oh, I can't wait.
And it's funny because it kind of accidentally happened. Like when I first got the idea, it was literally like everybody where you like, I like hockey romance.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I want to write a hockey book. And then all of my cousins live in Minnesota and like my nieces, like one of them coaches college hockey, female hockey. Female hockey? What is that?
Oh my
Did I literally just say female hockey? Anyways, but they're all super involved in hockey.
Mhm.
So I kept going up to my cousins to go to like hockey practices and hockey game. And then I ended up falling in love with like their suburb and like the hockey community. And like my nieces have like all of his adult friends all feel like her uncles and like everybody knows each other and it's all beautiful. And I was like, now I want this to be the story. Like, not just cute hockey player, but like
the
found
community,
family and community sort of a thing. So
I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So
again,
excited.
I only turned in a first draft, so
I know.
my editor could be like, "This sucks, Lynn,"
This
and
is
I could have to
terrible.
completely change it all.
Yeah, but something's coming soonish. So everyone get ready. But I can't wait. Can't wait to hear more about that. Yeah, awesome. I think we've done it.
We've done it?
Yes,
We're done. We made it.
We did it. We made it.
Woohoo!
Amazing work.
Yay.
Great questions, everybody. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for letting me come here.
It's so much fun. And Nothing Like the Movies is out now.
I can't
So
believe it.
everybody go get your
so good.
copies and reunite with Wes and Liz and Sarah and meet Clark and Otis. And it's going to be...
Otis is alive.
Otis is alive and it's great. And follow Simon Teen on social media and Lynn as well for all the updates for what's coming next.
Excellent.
So thanks, Lynn.
Thank you.
Yay.